Brought to you by Restaurant Equipment Supply.
Okay, so we are out here on this sunshiny and what you would think would be a little warmer than it is late March morning. And I am with Doug Ashlock, who is the host of the fifth annual
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew. All right, so what's happening out here this morning?
Well, we all split up in teams, minimum of 2 people per team. They come out here and I come up with a list of ingredients and I give them to the guys, or I give them to the teams, and they brew a beer and then they take it home, let it ferment, and in June we come back and we judge it. And they get a chance to say, hey, I was the best brewer this year, Iron Brew winners. And we also have a People's Choice, which is known as a 6-pack award.
Let's talk about the criteria when it comes to judging, because this is a very different style of competition than your traditional foam, BJCP style.
Yes.
Because it's kind of blind.
Well, that is true. We kind of derived it from the Iron Chef. We give them some ingredients and they got to brew something with. They describe the beer. They're given a sheet where they describe the beer, how it's supposed to taste, its mouthfeel, its flavor, its texture, and when they brew the beer, it comes close to what they say, and that's how 90% of what their scoring comes from. Because these guys have got to be just almost spot on what they say it's going to taste like.
You've got to know your stuff. You've got to know how that beer is going to
you've got to be able to make a recipe from the ingredients that we give you. You can't just go, oh, let's just slop it into a pot and boil it. You got to be able to know the mechanics of putting a recipe together and brewing a beer.
And they've got 2 yeasts that they can bring.
Yes,
is
2
there
strength.
Anything else that they can bring?
They can bring what we call fillings, which is like an Irish moss. Fillings are things that collect the proteins.
Anything to fine it out.
To kind of pull all the heavy stuff and drop it to the bottom.
Okay, and so this year, lemon peel,
vanilla bean and peppercorn.
So basically they can, and they've got to know, which of these hops we want to use for bittering and which are going to be best for an aroma, which are going to be best for flavoring hops, and that's where it gets tricky.
Right. You got like I said, you got to know your mechanics of a recipe.
You better have an experienced brewer on the team with you, and everybody else is there.
Well, if you noticed, I don't know
if
if you scan through our groups here, a lot of the guys have their computers with them. They're using. You're allowed to use computers, and they're using their
recipe building software.
Yeah. Exactly. Beersmith is one of them, and there's like 2 or 3 others. I can't remember the others, but Beersmith's the one I got at home. I use myself, and they can put in their ingredients and be able to build a recipe using that software.
All right. Well, I think we should probably go see if some of these teams have their recipes built yet.